estudiantil con acceso familiar Skyward. Once again, tonight we'll be talking about navigating student progress with Skyward Family Access. Vamos a estar hablando de navegando el progreso estudiantil con acceso familiar Skyward. Okay, and before we continue, I would like to ask the parents that are already connected, what are the different apps that they're using to connect with the school or to receive information from their teachers, from your student's teacher. Antes de continuar, quisiera preguntar a los padres qué aplicación están utilizando para conectarse con los maestros y recibir información. You could add the information on the chat, or you could unmute yourself and let us know what application are you using with to connect with the teachers at school. We'll give you about 30 seconds. Okay. Do we have any response? Okay. Is everyone able to see the chat or the attendance link in the chat?
We can see the chat, but not the attendance link.
Okay. Let me bear with me a second. Let me go ahead and place that information again in the chat. Okay, you should see the attendance link. And let me go ahead and place the session feedback. Okay, all right. Let's see. So we know that teachers use, and for the most part, they use Class Dojo. They use Remind 101, and they might be other platforms that teachers connect with parents and students. And the idea is to connect with the teachers and be informed of what's happening in the classroom and the upcoming events and the students' progress as they navigate through each week and each subject that they're taking in the classroom. Okay, so the learning outcomes for tonight are: parents will learn how to log into Skyward Family Access. Parents will learn how to navigate, locate their students' information. Los resultados del aprendizaje para esta noche: los padres aprenderán cómo iniciar sesión en Skyward y los padres aprenderán cómo navegar y localizar la información de sus hijos. Okay, so you might be asking, so what is a Skyward Family Access? Skyward Family Access is a web-based service that allows parents, guardians to view school-related information on their students from home or work. So quizás usted se está preguntando qué es el acceso familiar Skyward. Es un servicio basado en la web o en el internet que permite a los padres y tutores ver información relacionada con la escuela sobre sus estudiantes desde el hogar o el trabajo. Okay, so do you know how to access Skyward Family Access? Let's see. I think we have some parents already connected. Okay. Let's see. I have someone with the name Frank. Frank, do you know how to access Skyward Family Access?
He said yes.
Yes. Okay, I see it in the chat. Awesome. All right. So once again, you access Skyward directly from the main district webpage. Is there right in the top center, says Skyward. That's one of the ways you could access the information. Or you could go to Parents. And under Parents page, you could see Skyward Family Access and you could access the information. ¿Sabe cómo acceder a Skyward Acceso Familiar? Es fácil, está directamente en la página principal de nuestro distrito, dice Skyward, o también puede encontrar la información navegando a través de la página de padres, donde dice Acceso Familiar Skyward. Okay, so once again, you'll be able to locate Skyward under Parents, Family Access. You will use the same login as when you register your children. And you should check your email for that login information. And if you're having issues or trouble with your login password, we could reset that for you at the school. You could either reach out to the school or come by the school in the mornings and let us know that you're having issues with your password, and we'll be able to reset that for you. Nuevamente, la página de Skyward la puede accesar a través de la página de padres en la página de nuestro distrito. Y ahí está, una vez usted accesa a padres, ahí aparece acceso familiar Skyward, es la misma información al inicio de sesión cuando registró a su estudiante. Y si tiene alguna duda, usted puede revisar ese correo electrónico que recibió cuando registró a su estudiante, o si tiene alguna dificultad, puede preguntar a las mañanas en la escuela y le podemos ayudar con su password y su contraseña. Okay, you could also access Skyward Family Access on a mobile app. It's real easy. All you have to do, just go to your app store on your mobile device, just type Skyward, and it'll show up, it'll appear on your app store. It's going to ask you to put the district information, Duncanville ISD. It's going to ask you to put a specific code so that you remember, so that no one else have access to your information. And it's going to ask you for your student's student ID, so that when you log in, you will see all your students on your mobile device. Real easy, real simple. También la página o la plataforma de Skyward, Acceso Familiar, la puede obtener a través de una aplicación en su teléfono móvil. Usted va a la tienda de aplicaciones en su teléfono y ahí usted entra las palabras Skyward y aparece la aplicación. Usted va a tener que entrar el nombre del distrito escolar, Duncanville ISD. También va a necesitar crear un código para que nadie más tenga acceso a su cuenta, y tiene que también entrar la información de sus estudiantes para que así tenga el acceso a toda la información de los estudiantes. Okay. The first thing you see when you access Skyward is you will see either students, you will see a notification, either emails from your teacher, from the school, or from the administrators, letting you know either to check the grades, either to contact the teachers, okay? But you will receive, the first thing you will see is emails or notifications about your student grades, or to contact the school or your teacher. Lo primero que usted ve cuando entra a la página de Skyward, usted va a ver la información de los estudiantes y va a recibir también, va a ver las notificaciones, ya sea de la escuela, ya sea de los maestros, o ya sea de los administradores, o quizás puede ver los grados también ahí tan pronto en la página, tan pronto usted accese la información de Skyward. Esta es la vista que verá una vez que haya iniciado la sesión. Si hay varios estudiantes, use el menú desplegable en la parte superior de la pantalla para seleccionar al estudiante. So always remember, parents, that this is to access the student information is the same username and password that you use to register your student. Recuerde, padres, que para accesar la información en el acceso familiar Skyward, es la misma información que usted necesita eh, para entrar cuando registró al estudiante, es la misma información que usted va a utilizar para accesar la información. Okay, is there any question to this point? Okay.
Sí,
Okay.
yo cuando entro a ver la de los niños, me pone como muchas pestañitas, o sea, muchas cosas del mismo niño. ¿Hay una manera de que lo puedan simplificar más? Porque yo a veces no me doy cuenta que hasta medio abajo está mi otro niño, como tengo 3.
Okay. To help to assist this parent, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to enter the generic information for Skyward, so I could navigate with this parent and that she could see what happens after she enters the login information. Mamá, voy a usar una cuenta genérica para ayudarle a usted a entender y usted me puede explicar dónde tiene la dificultad, ¿ok? So, permítame un momento, voy a dejar de compartir mi pantalla para accesar esa información.
Gracias.
Okay, is everyone able to see my student training page?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so for purpose of this training, or this is just an example, and we're using a generic password, username and password, okay? So para efectos de este ejemplo, estamos usando una información genérica para así poder navegar. Okay. The first thing I did, I logged in. Lo primero que hice fue que entré mi nombre de usuario y contraseña. As you can see, there's some notifications here. Lo primero que, como puede ver, lo primero que ocurrió fue notificaciones. And in this case, the notification is missing email address. En este caso, la notificación es que no tiene un correo electrónico el padre, ¿verdad? Ok. So, mamá, luego de aquí, ¿a dónde va usted? ¿Sí me escucha?
Sí, sí, sí. Es que estaba buscando la flechita. Ok, so entonces ya cuando ponemos el password para entrar,
Okay.
ahí es donde me manda como a una página muy grande, ¿verdad? Y
Okay.
sale como una lista, pero me sale como un solo estudiante.
Okay, so for purpose of this generic information, there's only one student. So you would only see the one student here, which is Peter Parker. But in the case that you have multiple students, then you will have a drop-down menu here to select what student you want to access the information.
Ok.
Si tiene más de un estudiante, entonces van a salir, va a haber una flechita aquí donde usted va a seleccionar la flechita y le va a permitir a usted ver o seleccionar el estudiante que usted quiere revisar la información.
Ok.
Okay. So
Mr. Rubin,
once
if there's a pop-up, we're not seeing the pop-up.
right,
All I'm seeing right now is the main screen, the login screen.
it will not be shown on this generic or this
Got
sample
it, okay.
page because it's programmed for only one student. But like I explained before, if it's more than one student, then you will see that drop-down menu where the parent has to select which student they will have to view their information. Okay. Okay, so from here, from seeing the notifications and seeing the students, then to your left, you have a menu. If you're new to district, this is where you go to register the student. You would also see a calendar. Let's go to calendar. In this particular calendar is empty, but in a student calendar, you'll be able to see the student classes in the calendar, or the days off, or the days that are not, the school is not occurring on those days. You'll be able to see that information in the calendar. En esta área del calendario, usted puede ver las clases de los estudiantes, puede ver si no hay escuela en ese día. Toda esa información la puede ver aquí en el calendario. El horario del estudiante lo puede ver en el calendario. Y ahí vamos al gradebook.
Right now, sir, all we see is the login screen. We don't see anything else but the login screen.
I'm not sharing my screen.
No, all we're seeing is where it says parent quick links and then the login. That's all we see right now.
Okay, let me stop share and share again.
Thank you.
Okay, I apologize for that. Parece que no ha estado transmitiendo esta página. Vamos a ver si me permite ahora transmitirla. Okay.
Okay, now we see a calendar.
You see the calendar now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I apologize for that. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so this is the calendar. Este es el calendario que les había mencionado. In this calendar, you're able to see the student schedule, the classes the student is assigned to. Okay, and you also see the gradebook on the left. También ve el área de las calificaciones. ¿Alguna pregunta hasta aquí? Any questions up to here?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, so in the gradebook, you have some options. You either can select each class, for example, third grade reading, and it will give you all the information, the teacher information, the hours, and the classroom number. But also, if you, in this case, if you had grades already here under Progress Report 1, Progress Report 2, and Report Card 1, then you'll be able to see all the cumulative grades, all the grades up to that point, all the grades adding up to the report card. You'll be able to see all the progress. You'll be able to see the grades that are missing. You'll be able to see the grade that was obtained for each assignment. Cuando usted va aquí a esta área, usted puede ver los progresos estudiantiles y también puede ver la calificación final por cada 9 semanas. Si seleccionamos aquí la calificación final de las primeras 9 semanas, usted va a ver aquí a su mano izquierda todo lo que el estudiante fue asignado, la calificación recibida por cada asignatura, el porcentaje obtenido y el porcentaje que el estudiante tiene de calificación hasta ese momento. ¿Alguna pregunta acerca de las calificaciones?
No, todo bien.
Okay. Any questions about the gradebook? Okay.
No.
Okay. We could also see attendance. In this part of the Skyward page, you'll be able to see the attendance recorded for the days that the student was not present at school, was absent. All that will be reflected on their attendance. En esta parte de Skyward, bajo asistencia, usted va a poder ver los días que el estudiante estuvo ausente, los días que el estudiante no estuvo presente, ya sea en una clase. En el caso de los estudiantes de 7 hacia arriba, de 7 hasta el 12, tienen diferentes maestros y cada maestro cuenta como asistencia separada. So usted va a poder ver aquí en esta página la asistencia por maestro. In this page, in the attendance part of the page, you will be able to see the attendance per teacher. For example, the students from 7th grade to 12th grade, they have different teachers. So each teacher record their own attendance. and you'll be able to see the dates that the student was absent at each of those classes, just for the students that are 7th grade and up. Also, you'll be able to see student information. También usted va a poder ver la información del estudiante, la dirección, teléfono, contactos de emergencia. You'll be able to see emergency contacts, address, phone number, the school information, the school principal va a poder ver la información del principal, la información de la escuela y el teléfono de la escuela. And also you'll be able to see the student's family, contact information. Y también la información del estudiante, de la familia del estudiante y información de contacto para la familia. Also, you'll be able to see if the student is participating in the bus transportation, then you'll be able to see the bus information in this part of the Skyward. También va a poder ver la información de autobús. Si el estudiante participa de transportación de la escuela, aquí usted va a poder ver esa información. También usted va a poder ver el horario de clases del estudiante. You can also see the student schedule. You'll be able to see the times the student is supposed to be at each class and the time, from what time to what time the student is at that class. So all that is in Skyward in detail. Aquí usted va a poder ver también toda actividad del horario escolar del estudiante, el horario que el estudiante debe estar en cada clase, quién es el maestro de salón hogar, los días y el salón de clase. Okay. Also, you'll be able to see Skyward. Skyward is where you sign up. You put in your phone number, your email, and you receive alerts in case of an emergency. You'll be able to receive those alerts on your phone. En caso de emergencias, en la escuela usted puede recibir aquí en esta área de alertas. Al usted entrar su teléfono y correo electrónico, le va a enviar a usted información si hay algún tipo de emergencia que está ocurriendo en la escuela. Ok, ¿alguna pregunta hasta aquí? Any questions up to here?
No, todo muy claro.
Okay. All right, well, let me stop sharing my screen and share the previous screen that I was sharing. Okay. Okay, so let's watch a small video about family access account settings. Vamos a ver un pequeño video de la configuración de la cuenta de acceso familiar.
Welcome to another 60-second Power Up. Today we're going to look into some ways you can personalize your family access experience. From any page on the site, you can click My Account in the upper right-hand corner. Here, you can update settings like your contact information and whether you'd like to use Google Translator on the site. Checking this box will enable you to choose a language you'd like to use from the home page. You can also manage your notification preferences, choose the method and how often you will receive various alerts regarding grades, progress reports, and your food service balance. At the bottom of the page, you can update which of your and your children's personal information can be shared in the school directory. Keep in mind that different options may be available to you depending on your district's setup. Be sure to click Save once you've finished updating your account. It's as easy as that. Check out the other 60-second power-ups and become even more Skyward savvy.
All right. Any questions?
No. Finish before you hit it.
Welcome.
Okay, so let's watch another video about email and grading notifications. Vamos a ver otro video acerca de notificación de grados y correo electrónico.
Welcome to another 60-second power-up. The Note Home had a great run, but today's digital world calls for an upgrade. Today we're going to look at the Online Message Center, a tool you can use to keep in touch with your children's teachers. Your Message Center is the first thing you see when you log into Family Access. You may receive messages about anything from missing assignments to class announcements and personal notes from teachers. Scroll through the social media-inspired wall to send, reply, and manage each message or notification you receive. If you'd like to filter which messages appear on your wall, go to the Settings icon and select Home Settings. Additional message settings can be found under My Account. Scroll down to Email Notifications. Here, you can choose whether you receive notifications via email, on your Family Access Message Center wall, or both. Below this, you can select whether you'd like to receive email alerts when your children score above or below a chosen percentage, and choose the frequency at which you'll receive progress report emails. Finally, you can opt in or out of a food service low balance notification. It's as easy as that. Check out the other 60-second power-ups and become even more Skyward savvy.
Okay, any questions?
No, todo bien.
Okay. Sí está viendo la presentación, ¿verdad? ¿Sí se ve?
Sí, todita.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, resources to connect to student progress. So, let's reflect. Vamos a reflexionar acerca del aprendizaje. Okay. So, it's very important for us to connect with the teachers through Skyward. Es importante conectarse con el maestro, con el profesor a través de Skyward. Use Skyward to check grades for Seesaw, pre-K through 1, and Google Classroom, 2nd grade to 12. Okay, so this is very important because your grades are not on Google Classroom or on Seesaw. They're going to be in Skyward. But the platform that the students are learning, the learning platform is Seesaw and Google Classroom. So in other words, they will do their work in Seesaw or Google Classroom, and then they'll be able to see their grades in Skyward. So esto es bien importante porque la plataforma de aprendizajes que estamos utilizando en nuestro distrito es Seesaw para los grados de prekinder a primer grado y Google Classroom para los grados del 2 al 12. Pero estas plataformas son para hacer el trabajo. Pero las calificaciones, los grados, usted los va a ver en Skyward. ¿Alguna pregunta? Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's watch one more video. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. Okay, here it is.
As parents, we all want what's best for our kids. Mine aren't even in school yet, and I'm already excited to see where their interests lie and where their paths will take them. But what will my role be on that educational journey? Welcome to the Parent Portal Playbook, brought to you by Advancing K-12 EdTech. Let's start with the facts. Despite decades of research pointing to strong correlations between parent engagement and better attendance, fewer behavior issues, even improved achievement, only 20% of parents are engaged with the school their child attends, according to a recent Gallup poll. With the help of parent portals, we can buck that trend. There's no reason for us to sit on the sidelines hoping our kids end up with good teachers and a rich curriculum.
Okay, bear with me a second. Let me get this closed captioning in Spanish so that we can.
You don't have to. I understand English too.
You understand English? Okay, I apologize. Yes. Everything was said and for some reason changed back to English. So
no worries.
All right, no problem. So let me play the video again. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
As parents, we all want what's best for our kids. Mine aren't even in school yet, and I'm already excited to see where their interests lie and where their paths will take them. But what will my role be on that educational journey? Welcome to the Parent Portal Playbook, brought to you by Advancing K-12 EdTech. Let's start with the facts. Despite decades of research pointing to strong correlations between parent engagement and better attendance, fewer behavior issues, even improved achievement, only 20% of parents are engaged with the school their child attends, according to a recent Gallup poll. With the help of parent portals, we can buck that trend. There's no reason for us to sit on the sidelines hoping our kids end up with good teachers and a rich curriculum. We now have the power to play an active and productive role in the learning process. The first step is getting to know your system. Unless your child attends one of the few remaining schools in the country without a parent portal, you likely received sign-up information somewhere in your back-to-school paperwork. If not, get in touch with your child's school office. They can usually point you in the right direction. The typical parent portal will enable you to see your child's grades, attendance, calendar, upcoming assignments, and more. Check out the account settings to see what kind of notifications you can subscribe to and how you can receive them. Communication will be a key element, so take a moment to educate yourself on how to retrieve and send messages. Within the first month of school, it's important that you talk to your child's teachers, coaches, and any other support staff they may be working with to determine how frequently you can expect updates and what their hopes and expectations are for collaboration with you. Remember, teachers are typically responsible for multiple classes and dozens, if not hundreds, of students. Daily communications and immediate grade posting may not always be possible. The start of the school year offers a great opportunity for you to set some ground rules with your child. Have an open conversation about how you intend to use the portal, what your expectations are, and what types of events or outcomes could potentially lead to your intervention. We're not here to give you parenting advice, but it's worth pointing out the importance of finding a happy medium between helpful support and an overbearing presence. Recent research seems to indicate that too much involvement in a child's academic life can contribute to anxiety and depression, both of which are potential causes for academic struggles. Encourage your children, hold them to high expectations, and let them face the good and bad consequences of their actions. Work with their teachers toward the common goal of preparing them for what comes next. Look to your parent portal not just as a means of checking in on your students' grades, but also as a way of steering those dinner table conversations in the right direction. Thanks for watching this episode of the Parent Portal Playbook, brought to you by Advancing K-12 EdTech. Stay tuned for more from the intersection of technology, culture, and leadership.
Okay, so it's very important that we connect with the school, with the teachers, that we're informed of the upcoming events. It's very important that we are aware of the grades that our students are receiving in school so that we know how much are they learning and progressing. ¿Alguna pregunta hasta aquí? Any questions up to here?
No, todo claro.
¿Todo muy claro? Okay. Okay. So we want to let you know about our upcoming events. November 19 at 6 p.m. We will have our next workshop is the culture of care, using read aloud to build comprehension and respect for others. And December 10th, we have at 6 p.m. we have our next workshop is number talks, building fluency and communication through math. Once again, thank you so much. I have the links for the videos, how to navigate through Skyward to access the grades. If you need those, I could put those in the chat, and that way you could access. Is a video recording, and you could play it later. Mom, would you like to access these videos? or is everything pretty much clear? Señora,
For me it's clear. Yo estoy bien. Sí la
¿está bien?
entendí todo. Sí,
Okay,
estaba navegando en el app como usted iba enseñando.
okay, okay. Thank
So
you.
ya le agarré práctica. Estuve moviéndole a todo mientras ustedes lo guiaban.
Okay, so she's letting us know that as I was speaking, she was navigating with me through the computer, and everything is clear. She has no questions. Okay. Also, parents, for those students that are in person, we would like to remind you that every morning before dropping off to school, the student at school, you will have to complete a wellness screen. And here I have my own. You can see my children's name there, but this is just an example of what you will see um, every morning when you access Skyward, and you have to complete this information for those students that are in person. The first question, it would ask you about if the student is experiencing any symptoms. And as you notice, it's already highlighted no. But in the case that the student is presenting any of those symptoms, then you have to change to yes. And the second question is um, if the student has been exposed to anyone that has COVID-19, is already going to be highlighted no. But if the student has been exposed to someone with COVID-19, then you will have to press yes. So in the case that both of them are no, you press save, and then it give you a green check mark, and that means that the student is in good health to come to school. In the case that the student is presenting any of the symptoms, we would like for the student to remain home, contact the school, and contact your primary care provider so that you will know what to do next in the case the student is presenting symptoms. But how to access this information is simple. It's on the left. It's on the Duncanville webpage under Skyward Family Access. You will need your login and username. And to log in, you will need your username and password. It's the same information that you use to check the grades and to register the student. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Carlos Rivera. I'm your Family Engagement Liaison. I'm here throughout the week. I'm at different schools. I'm at the 3 intermediates. Mom, what school is your student attending?
Mine is going to Harding.
To Harding, okay. So I'm at Harding on Wednesdays all day and Thursday morning. And then the rest of the days of the week, I'm at the other 2 schools. With us today, we have Mr. Chase. He's the principal at Daniel Intermediate. Mr. Chase, you want to share something with the families? Okay. So parents, once again, we would like for you to stay connected. It's very important. Make sure that um, your email address is correct on Skyward, because that is the number one piece of information they use to reach out to the parents. They automatically go to your email on Skyward, so make sure it's updated, is correct. So if any questions up to this point?
No more questions.
Okay. And remember, you could always revisit the reopening page on our district webpage for more information about health and safety, about the learning pathways, all the information you need throughout this season that we're going through. Everything is there in detail for the parents. Remember to complete the survey, and I have placed here a digital um, QR code where all you need to do is just bring your phone, especially if you have an iPhone. You might not need an app, but in the case that you have a different phone, you might have to download an app. But also the digital survey is also on the chat. So you could access on the chat the survey or on using this QR code. Remember, you could always follow us on at the Panther Face on Twitter or at Rivera Panther. Once again, thank you very much. Muchas gracias por haber estado con nosotros en esta noche. Que tenga muy buenas noches. Have a good night.
Gracias por su tiempo. Que pase buenas noches.
Gracias.